This is a turbine replacement guide for an EC unit. You're going to need a new turbine and a Phillips screwdriver. First, you're going to want to take off the two back screws of the unit and every screw at the bottom of the unit here except the outlet, including the inlet turret. So this is the inside of the unit. We're going to want to undo the harness right here. Pull that off and set it aside. The electrode wires. Now you're going to want to do the 3 screws right here and then the main ground screw for the power board. Unplug the positive and negative. Set that aside. Okay, since we've done all the screws at the bottom, you may now just pull the base off and set that aside. We're now left with the 7 screws. At this point, you're going to want to take off the mineral cap. Just twist that off. And grab the inside plastic piece and just set that aside. Unplug the sensor for the turbine. And now you may slowly pull apart the electrode chamber. Set that aside. Pull that out. Okay, so your turbine is going to be sitting right about here with the sensor. So all you're going to want to do is pull that back, take out your old turbine, put the new one right up on the needle, and press it back in. Now you're going to want to get that right back in there. You may plug your sensor back in if you'd like. And then this part's a little tricky, but if you just wiggle it just a tiny bit, you should be able to get it right back in there. Just like that. Everything should snap back in place. You may take the plastic piece, turn it on the inside until it sits firm, and you may put on your mineral cap. Now you're going to need to screw the 7 screws right back in. Okay. At this point, you're going to want to grab your base again. wires out of the way, and you should be able to just pop it right back on there. You're going to want to screw the 5 screws in on the back of the unit and your inlet. Okay, before proceeding to put in the power board and the faceplate, it is strongly recommended that you hook the ionizer up to a water source by putting a silver tube, the filter, and the inlet and the outlet, and run the water through it for about 2 minutes, I would say. This will help you see if any of the O-rings might have been messed up during the process of changing the turbine. If you see any leaks, I would strongly recommend, obviously, to change that O-ring. Otherwise, you may have way more issues in the future, like to replace the power board if there was any water damage to happen. Once you have all set and tested the unit and there's no leaks, you may proceed to put on the power board and the face cover. Don't forget your terminal cables. Make sure they're nice and snug. You may now grab your faceplate and plug the wires back into the terminals. Make sure those are nice and snug. You don't want them loose, otherwise half the buttons or the LCD screen won't work. While holding the faceplate against the main part of the unit, grab one screw and screw the plate on so it's holding it. So if a unit doesn't have anything showing up once you're running water through it, but you could see that the lights are on, generally once you replace the turbine, your ionizer should start working again, and your little turbine icon should start spinning, and the ionization process will begin again.